skip. Otherwise, you may miss a very, very important topic, life issues, where I shall be focusing on character development and what determines behaviors, especially behavior of a child. A baby in the utero, baby in the womb imbibe certain behavior from outside environment through perceived feelings and other transduction or transmissions. You see, a woman that is pregnant is supposed to be devoid of quarrels, live in peace with the husband. A woman that is pregnant and she's frequently involved in quarrel with the husband quarreling her or beating her. A child in the utero, the child in the womb, the unborn child, has a way of imbibing behavior, events, and actions of parents, which is most times encoded in the behavior trait gene of a child. So many factors determines the behavioral pattern of a child, most of which is environmental determinism, innate qualities, and other factors. The environment we live in determines behaviors of a child. First, the behavior of parents towards the child that is yet unborn. Is it friendliness or is it hate? Once both parents are involved in hateful practices, show no love, these actions easily weigh down a child. And once the child is given birth to, it's either this behavior becomes a dominant behavior or recessive behaviors. Yes. So that care should be taken, especially women who are under pregnancy, the way they interact with other persons. It may not even be the husband. If a woman that is pregnant is frequently falling in love with another person, or hate another persons, don't be surprised that the phenotypic appearance of the baby may be reminiscent to the person she's so in love with or she so hates. That's the reason why during pregnancy, women should have a neutral mind, show happiness, and allow peace to reign. Apart from all these determinant factors, areas and environment the individual was born, especially if a baby was born directly under the sun, there's that high likelihood that certain emissions is transmitted to the baby, which may form the character or the building block of the behavioral pattern of a child, of that child. You see, such children most times have a special behavioral trait, a special powers, especially children that was born maybe under moonlight in the night. There is always interaction, transmissions, who comes in the form of feeling or waves that interact with the baby. Yes, such baby most times will have a special behavioral pattern or a special character modulations. Also, children or babies who are born around the water bodies. Water itself has its own behaviors. And most times, a lot of people use water for spirituality, to acquire powers, or to perform certain rituals. And because of that, such baby could develop, could imbibe the spirit around the water, and such baby could have a special behavior of babies, and character training must most times be positive. Where there are babies that have innate ability, innate qualities. This innate quality could be maybe genetically transferred. Either such quality is recessive in the parents, not a dominant gene, but becomes a dominant gene in such individual. And if the innate quality is a special qualities, it could bring better development, fame, greatness to such child. Yes, everybody has certain qualities, specific qualities, which are imparted in children. Yes, I'm talking about an aspect of medical science, because the gene sequence of individuals is what is most times given to children. Yes, either the gene or the gene or the behavioral trait becomes recessive in that child or becomes dominant, depending on the outcomes. Yet, it could be maybe from the mother, the gene becomes dominant, or from the father, the gene becomes dominant. But however, in patterning behaviors, one thing is sure is that we should not rule out the geography of our environment, because environmental determinism matters a lot in character modulation or character transductions. Passive feelings is one of the medium. Certain actions could be transferred, or certain behavior could be transferred to a baby in the utero, a baby in the womb. Yes. The best thing is when a woman is pregnant, the husband should always love her. Live in peace with your husband. Seek for togetherness and all that. But if there's quarrels, baby has a way of imbibing actions from the outside world. Don't be surprised that when that child is born, that child may have a peculiar behavioral trait gene. And you'll be wondering, why is this child behaving this way? Not knowing that the behavior you display during the process of pregnancy is telling on the child. Again, parents that are involved in spirituality, in spiritual deductions. For instance, you see parents, whether mother or father, are so engrossed in spirituality, maybe native doctor work, involved in, it could be Christianity deeply, anything that has to do with spirituality. Some involved with demonism, practice idolatry, and all that. And constant practices of such, when a woman is pregnant, could also influence the behavior of a child. Don't be surprised that you put one or two things together to induce spiritual powers, and the woman is pregnant, and the woman is pregnant when do that, or the parents is doing, or the father is doing it in the presence of the pregnant woman. Putting one things together to induce powers. And don't be surprised that when the child is born, he could have a special powers, even more greater than the parents. The child could exhibit at the tender age certain wonderful behaviors that may even bring puzzle to the parents. Yes, and the parent wouldn't know that their actions during the pregnancy of such baby was perceived by the unborn child in the womb, and was now encoded in behavioral trait gene of that child. Yes. You see, most of this thing is super science. May not be science, but it happens. Well, medically, it is agreed upon that genetic sequence of both parents could be transmitted to a child. It's either it becomes a dominant gene or a recessive gene, depending whether it's from the woman or it's from the man. But however, there are times neutrality could come. But however, there are so many things unknown. There are so many things above science. I am a medical scientist, but I'm telling you there are so many things unknown, there are so many things above science that certain behavior of children becomes something of studies, issues of study that we need to look inward and be careful how we bring up our children, especially due to our behavioral patterns. Yes, show your love, show your love, show your love. Issue of behavioral determinism could be one, environmental induced, could be innate qualities, or could be hereditary. Yes. The environmental factors is what I have explained in details. Environmental factors could either be the behavior or the cultural value of that particular place the child is growing up, whether the cultural value or the value system is let's say the practice of Christianity, then practice of Western tutored education, Western tutored ideology, and all that. The social system is modern trend now is reminiscent to Western way of life. You understand? Even though trying to inculcate some traditional values. Yes, that is the trend now. But however, a child in that environment also copied such trend in such environment. Yes. Then environmental determinism still talk about the geography of a particular environment, the water body, the mountainous region, the terrestrial area, and many other things. Is that place gaseous? Does that place experience maybe volcanic eruption all the time and all that? A child born children born maybe during moonlight. What is the possibility of such child developing a special behavioral patterns? Yes, or a child born under the sun could develop a powerful behavior, and such child could imbibe certain qualities that we surprise or wonder the parents, because the sun constantly emits certain transmissions. The same with moon. Even the water body, river, ocean, sea, they have their own peculiar behavior that they exercise. Any child born with around these geographical features develop a special behavior. It's also different child born at home, born in hospitals, because hospitals are form of homes. You see a building covering the child and all that. So also develops special behaviors. So what I'm trying to say is that children sometimes exercise certain specific behaviors, and in the end we start wondering. If, for instance, maybe during the fertilization of a child, during the copulation of a child, and for instance, maybe it was in the hotel or maybe in the workplace, most times homes and all that, you will discover that a lot of babies that was copulated in hotels have their own special behavioral patterns. Yes, special behavioral pattern, which most times could be negative behavioral patterns. Yes. Now, compared to copulation, a fertilization that took place in homes and in a well-defined environment, these are ways and pathways character could be developed from babies and all that. So the behavior of our children, of our ones, must be well tailored from the beginning, right from copulations, because copulations also matter a lot for behavior of a child to be more positive and to be more established. Yes. You see, these are live issues that needs urgent attention. A lot of persons are not so aware about this, and because they are not aware, they make mistakes and take a decision that in the end they regret. Even when regret comes, you will not even know that certain action they took, for instance, copulation in hotels and in an unhealthy environment, tells much in character building block of a child. Yes. You see, I have a lot of content to actually, educate my friends with, so that we'll be aware about issues, basic issues of life. Thank you very much for listening. I shall come another day for better summations.